In war, the greatest genius isn't the one with the biggest army. It's the one who makes the impossible look inevitable. Let's travel back in time. It's October 1st, 331 BC. We're on the dusty plain of Gaugamela, in what is now modern-day Iraq. On one side stands Darius III, the King of Kings, ruler of the mighty Persian Empire, the largest the world had ever seen. His force is staggering. Some historians claim over 1 million men, 200 deadly sized chariots, 15 war elephants, and his personal guard, the legendary Immortals. Facing this immense host is Alexander the Great. He's just 32 years old, leading an army of only 40,000 Macedonians and Greeks. On paper, this isn't a battle. It's a guaranteed massacre. A foregone conclusion. But Alexander doesn't fight battles on paper. He sees the battlefield in a way no one else does, especially not Darius. He understands a fundamental truth. The Persian line is so vast, so stretched out, that it cannot possibly be strong everywhere. So, what does he do? He doesn't meet the Persian force head-on. Instead, he arranges his army at a sharp angle, a revolutionary tactic known as the Oblique order. He commands his right wing to advance, but in a way that seemed to refuse a direct fight, drawing the Persians outward. Meanwhile, his left wing, commanded by his trusted general Parmenion, is ordered to hold its ground like an iron wall, no matter the cost. Darius, seeing Alexander's seemingly hesitant right wing, perceives a weakness. This is his chance, he thinks. He unleashes everything he has. His sized chariots thunder across the plain. His elite cavalry charges forward, and even his Immortals are sent into the fray to crush what looks like a faltering enemy. Alexander waits. He lets them come. He watches as Darius commits his best forces, pulling them from the center of his own line. And that's the moment. The trap is sprung. As the Persian cavalry and infantry surge forward, a gap opens up in their line, right behind the center. It's the weak point Alexander had been waiting for. Without a moment's hesitation, he leads his elite companion cavalry in a decisive charge, not at the enemy troops, but straight into that gap, aiming directly for one man, Darius himself. The sight of Alexander and his horsemen hurtling towards him is too much for the King of Kings. Panic sets in. Darius turns his royal chariot and flees the battlefield. And in ancient warfare, when the king runs, the army breaks. The command structure collapses. The morale shatters. In a matter of hours, what was once the most formidable army in the world dissolves into chaos. Darius escapes for now, but his empire is finished. The great cities of Babylon, Susa, and the grand capital of Persepolis all fall to Alexander. In his entire 15-year military career, Alexander the Great would never lose a single battle. And tonight, as we stand on the historical dust of Gaugamela, we reflect on how one man, with just 40,000 soldiers, showed the world how to defeat 1 million. The lesson etched into this ancient plain is profound and timeless. Numbers can be meaningless. Strength can be an illusion. Darius fought in a straight, predictable line. Alexander fought at an angle. The core principle here is focus. Never spread yourself so thin trying to be strong everywhere, because you'll end up being weak exactly where it matters most. The Oblique order wasn't just a military formation. It's a mindset. It's about finding the critical weak point. It's about refusing the obvious head-on fight and instead choosing to strike where your opponent is least prepared. Alexander didn't win because he had more soldiers or better weapons. He won because he saw the one angle, the one opportunity that nobody else did. So, the next time you face impossible odds, when everyone around you says you can't win, remember Gaugamela. Remember that the greatest victories aren't always won by fighting harder, but by fighting smarter. The hard-learned lesson from that day is simple. Never fight a fair fight when you can win by fighting at an angle. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, drop Alexander in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe, because you won't want to miss the next impossible victory we explore. I'll see you on the next battlefield.